You know what's funny?
What?
Is when I first started dating Sev, I was so innocent. Like, I wouldn't cuss.
Really?
No, I didn't even cuss, and which is crazy now because I can't stop. My kids keep asking me to stop, and I'm like, it's so hard.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a potty mouth?
Bad.
Really?
I'm a sailor for sure.
Really?
And it's because of my husband.
He's a potty mouth.
Yes, well, and then, so I was super, like, sweet and innocent, and, like,
I love it.
and then we started dating, and I remember he would be like, and this is, I don't want people to take it in the wrong way because he didn't mean it. It was a total joke. But he would be like, and stuff like that.
No.
Just to see, like, how, like, what I would do, what my response would be. And it's because, like, all the boys, like, in the band, they would talk to each other that way, you know?
Okay.
So it was, like, and now that, like, it's normal banter.
Okay.
But I remember his sister being like, don't let him talk to you like that. Tell him and all this stuff. And so now
damn, now you dish it right back.
Now I'm over here telling Cassie.
She said, right.
Yeah, but I totally blame my husband. He gave me thick skin.
No, that's good.
No,
listen, the way that society is now, we all need thick skin.
Well,
or thicker skin. Dude, do you feel like, let me ask you this, since we're just bantering here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like society has regressed?
In what way?
As a whole, like in the way that we treat each other? Because I do.
I mean, I just think we have the balls to push boundaries that we didn't before.
Which is fine. And
which I guess was the level of respect that maybe has been lost. But
I just feel like now nobody gives a shit. Like now nobody cares.
Well, and it's crazy because
and like I get it, but it's also like
I was just talking about this. Like, I know we're all supposed to have this, like, I don't give a fuck attitude. I don't care what nobody thinks about me, yada yada. And I don't have that. I very much give a fuck.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
But no, I care. I don't want people to say mean things about me and or get like the wrong impression, but obviously doing this, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, we care. We care deeply.
So be nice.
And we still are up here subjecting ourselves.
Yeah. No.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. But on a lighter note,
tell me about your vacation.
Okay,
about your trip.
So, I had never been to Las Vegas.
New Mexico?
No, Nevada.
I'm just kidding. I know.
Have you been
to New Mexico?
No.
Las Vegas, New Mexico?
Sorry. Have you been to Vegas?
I'm sorry. Give me a second because this fucking necklace is so twisted. I'm so fucking over it, dude. It's because I slept in it.
Is it one or two?
It's one, but the chain is so long.
You
and
just
I'm like,
need to take it off.
I don't want my chain to hang low.
Do your chain hang low?
Does it wobble too? It's the end of the day. Okay. No, it's fine. Just don't look at my chest.
Don't look at my chest, guys.
Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. Yes, I have been to Las Vegas, Nevada approximately
several times.
Yeah,
see, everybody thought like I am like the one person in the entire world that has never been to Vegas.
I mean, I've never been to like the Carlsbad Caverns.
That's not the same.
I know, but like I feel like it's a common it's a common destination.
No, it's not the same.
Okay.
So I've never been to the Vegas.
Okay.
And my husband's been only to play like shows or like to drive through to play shows while touring. But he had never actually had like the Vegas experience either.
I love that. Oh my God, I have like so many questions for you now.
Yeah.
Okay, my first one as a former casino host.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I love the casino world. Do you gamble? And did you gamble? There in Vegas? Like
I don't gamble often.
Okay, do you play slots or tables or both?
Slots, because I don't understand tables and I want to understand them. I had a friend who was like really good with roulette and stuff, and he would win all this money all the time. And
That's where
I
it's
also
at.
have my friend. She goes to the casino kind of often. Her parents are older, so they're casino goers, so she goes. But she wins like all the time on the machines, and
Dang, I love that.
I'm always messaging her like, teach me. Like there's some way to do it,
Well, does she max bet a lot? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, do you know what machines she likes to play?
I don't know.
No, I'm just curious.
I want to go with her. I tell her all the time, like,
Yeah.
take me, because she wins all the time.
Yeah.
And so I mean, when I turned 21, obviously I went and I started gambling, and I won a couple times, and that was cool.
Nice.
I just don't like to spend money.
No.
So I don't go to the casino often, although I would like to because I do have fun there.
Yeah.
But so Vegas was the whole experience. Like, they have slot machines in the airport, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is so weird.
No, don't play those. Those are like the worst ones.
Well,
to play.
yeah. And then it was wild because, like, so we stayed at the Palazzo.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been there?
No.
Oh, it is so nice. Like, so all the rooms are suites, and they're really nice. And it's like,
Which one? Like, what is it next to? Sorry, on the Strip
it's connected to the Venetian. Their sister.
properties.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to like
because
orient myself.
it's called like the Palazzo at the Venetian.
Okay. Okay.
But like so then it has like all that Italian
Vibe.
Yeah.
The marble.
Yes.
A lot of mirrors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very like gaudy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's massive. I saw something on TikTok. I don't want to be quoted on this because it could be wrong because, the internet and false information. But it said that it was like the largest hotel property. I don't know if it was in America or in the world or something. As far as square footage.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I think it's because it's it's two, because it's the Venetian and the Palazzo.
Yeah.
And then it's connected. So the reason why we stayed there is because it's connected to the Sphere.
Okay.
Which is why we went there in the first place. We were going to a concert there. And so we also got like a good deal through AAA, which was awesome. But yeah.
Shout out AAA.
Yeah. It's so funny because I'm like real picky about water pressure and stuff.
I mean, who isn't?
Like, and temperature and
isn't?
stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was funny because I took a shower before we went to the concert, and I had told Seb, like, this is the best hotel shower I've ever been in. Like,
When
the pressure was there, it was hot, it was everything.
How delightful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it can really make or break you.
No. And
Right?
most hotels like have shitty water pressure, and they always like max out on heat too. And I like my showers like hell. Like I come out, it's so funny because Amelia the other day, she's like, why are your feet so red after I got out of the shower? And I was like, because I take hot showers, babe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like
It's
to.
just the way it is.
Well, I'm like vieja, and my back.
I don't even think it has anything to do with being
No,
a vieja.
my back needs it. It feels good. But yeah, no, I've been taking hot showers my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe it's a woman thing, though. They say women...
Yes. No, they have all those memes of like the men. When
Yeah.
they're like, we're trying to take a shower together, and they're all,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
But I don't know.
No, Sevs takes like fucking lukewarm showers. It's so weird.
I just feel like if it's not hot, like you're not cleansed.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not like disinfected.
All the things.
Like, get the germs off.
all the things.
Yeah?
Yeah. Boil
Okay.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a lobster.
How? Again, I'm a lobster. I love that. That was
But
iconic.
yeah, so that was like the. It's funny that was like my hotel sold thing for me. I was always like, oh yeah, the shower was bomb.
How were the beds? Or I'm sorry, the bed.
The bed was nice.
sheets?
I loved all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
And
smell good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, considering like it's Vegas and everything kind of. it was funny because I was like, it doesn't really smell like cigarettes. And I was all, I don't know what you're smelling because it fucking reeks like cigarettes all over this
did
bitch.
it?
Yeah, well, everywhere we went.
Well, are they still okay? So I know during the pandemic they had switched to
yeah, but that
non-smoking.
That shit is in the walls. It's in the carpet.
I mean, yeah, it
It
depends on
fucking
the property.
stinks. Like,
Yeah, but do they? My question is, do they now allow smoking inside the casinos now?
some guy was smoking a big ass cigar when we came back from the concert. Yeah.
Cigars are nasty.
And it was so funny because
well,
it was funny because he's Asian. And I was all, your uncle's out here.
Stop. I'm dead.
So my husband has tiny eyes, and Cassie even asked me when I got pregnant with my first child.
Oh my God.
She was like, we went to lunch and she's like, so what ethnicity is he?
Qué vergüenza. So get embarrassed, you guys. What? I mean, you have to see her husband, okay, and you would think the same. I was like, minimum, he's Filipino.
You know what's funny is that was the whole selling point to me, even dating him in the first place.
You thought he was exotic?
So I had an Asian persuasion going on
at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
I
wanted little China babies. Like they're so
Who
cute.
doesn't want little Asian babies?
So yeah, and I liked Asians. I dated a couple. And so I had broken up with my boyfriend at the time, and I went on a MySpace session looking for the next man. And in his profile photo, he had like a Japanese hat on.
Wait, I have to ask you something.
Yes.
For editing and post, do you have that picture? Does that
no,
picture still
I
exist?
wish.
We could pop it up like
yes,
right here.
I know. No,
Tell him
I
to
wish.
recreate it. Is he down?
I don't think we have the hat anymore. I think he finally got rid of it.
Who cares? Just get one
because he
similar.
did have it like for a long time.
Get one similar.
Yeah.
No,
maybe.
you should. And
no,
then I can pop it up like
he
here.
He had like this Japanese hat on and then he like did graffiti and stuff. So I was like, oh, like
oh, mira.
oh, bad boy.
He's tagging up the city left and right.
And so, yeah, and so I had like we text for a long time, and he kept it up. Like he used to tell people like that he was half Japanese.
Oh, okay, yeah. You told me this.
And so in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, he's like half Japanese, probably half white. I'm gonna have little Asian babies.
Were you like so disappointed when you found out? Were you like?
I mean, probably not. Only because, like I said, I did date a couple Asians, and I knew, I knew what came with that, like family wise. Like they're very like they want to keep it in the family. Like they don't want Americans dating their men, you know. Mm-hmm. And so, so it was kind of a relief, obviously. And then like we just vibe because we're like the same.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Just like I'm sure it's that way with you and Miguel. Like you just understand each other.
On what level?
On a cultural level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on several levels, but
yeah,
it's because Miguel is very whitewashed as well. So, you know.
Okay.
I don't know why that just like popped into my head. Because we've had several conversations about like our high school experiences.
Which is interesting considering he's a Munoz.
Uh-huh. But fun fact, he didn't go to West Mesa.
Where did he go?
To El Dorado.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whitewash.
So.
Yeah. No, so I also.
Wait, no. Or is it.
Oh my God, you don't even know where he went to
school. Is it Del Norte? No.
Still, no matter what.
No.
He was an East Sider.
No. He was an Upper East Sider. And I love this episode so much. So many gems are going to come out of this. Yeah, you guys, my husband was an Upper East Sider, and I was just from the Gates, West Gate. Mm-hmm. And that was it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, so I also am a former florist, and I worked on the East Side a lot. And I think for like, I want to say like half of my floral career. Mm-hmm. And so we would always have to do the corsage and boutonnieres for the kids during their dances.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, those kids. They would come in with like driving Corvettes and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then like and they were like so entitled and just I don't know. It was an experience. I was like, these little motherfuckers.
Yeah, we've had conversations about like, you know, going to West Mesa and like him going to El Dorado, and it's wild.
The difference.
Let me ask you something, because I still don't believe this, but he's told me, you know how we used to have like the paleta man?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever remember there being a Baskin Robbins
Fuck no.
ice cream truck
No.
that would go around?
No.
The way that like...
Do they really have that in the east side?
Esque, on the Upper East Side of Albuquerque. He told me. No, I swear to God.
Are we really being deprived that bad?
No, I don't know if they have it anymore.
The fact that they had it at all is
But he
wild.
told me, he's like, yeah, this girl, like, he's like, I swear to God, there was a Baskin Robbins ice cream truck.
Wow.
And all it sold, obviously, was Baskin Robbins ice cream. And he's like, I specifically remember this because there was a girl in my class, and
what
for her birthday,
spoiled little shit.
and for her birthday, her parents got the truck.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
anyways,
like you've never seen it.
I don't want to hear about Miguel's upbringing anymore.
No, that's like one little story of many.
Yeah.
But you know, then I have to come back and be like, do you know anything about the Michoacana on Bridge and Goff?
Yeah.
'Cause that's where it's at.
Go
Okay.
get our hot Cheetos with cheese.
Yeah. Do you know about that? Yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Okay, so
back to your trip.
So back to my trip. I went off on a tangent, but so I make fun of my husband often because he looks Asian. And so we get there, and we got there super early, so we had lots of time to waste before we can check into our hotel. So we went to the Bellagio, and we saw the botanicals because obviously, like I said, I was a florist. I wanted to see that. And it was funny because it was Asian themed.
Wait, what's that sound?
Downstairs.
Oh, it's the music. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So like, go.
Well, I couldn't peg it, and I was all, what's going on?
Not peg it.
Anyway, not peg it.
Yeah. So we went to the Bellagio, we saw the thing, and it was Asian themed. And so you saw my video where I was like, look, it's you.
Aren't they so beautiful, though, the way they decorate? Like, it's amazing.
No, and it was cool because they were, like, refreshing some of it, and I could see, and I was like, oh, I know exactly how they're doing it. Like, they're using the floral foam, and they warp, So it was funny because Sev sees it, and he's like, he asked me, he's like, do you want to do that or what? And I was like, I would love to do this, like, for a living. It would be so cool.
Did you see that little gazebo where you can have dinner for, like, 2 people? Would you do that, though?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't really, like, it's a cute idea, but I was like, all these people walking around, like, it kills the vibe, you know?
Well, I know, because so we ate at a hotel, we ate at a restaurant in our hotel, not at a hotel. And just the section that they sat us in was, like, super trafficky.
Oh, I was all, what?
Like, there was just people everywhere, and I was trying not to, like, pay attention to it because it was, like, that kind of stuff gives me, like, anxiety, like, just overstimulation, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're just, like, having people walk by and looking, and
it's a lot.
It's like,
and,
clink,
like,
clink,
the noise
clink,
and the noise level. Yeah.
And so,
I feel that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, but I think
you're, like, low-key stabbing people as they walk by.
Yeah. Shut up. Trying to eat here.
Someone just, like, falls over.
No, actually, it was a really cool experience. But so we went to the Bellagio, we did that, and then it sucked because that's, in hindsight, I would have rented a car. Everybody told me not to because they say you have to park and pay for parking everywhere you go, yada yada.
Yo, the parking fees, you would have racked them up.
We racked up Uber fees bad. I was
not
like,
compared to, like, the parking fees, though.
Really? You think so?
Yes. They charge you like $30 to $50.
See, we paid
more.
We paid a lot for Uber. I think it would have ended up balancing out.
Really?
Yeah, and I would have liked it more because, like, I wanted to, like, drive the strip at night, and you know what I mean? Like, we only got to see little portions of it because we were there for a short time.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you walk, like, up and down some of the strip?
we did in the beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We walked, and then we took an Uber to, like, the sign because that was, like, the one tourist thing I wanted to do.
That's like the one thing I've never done in Vegas is gone to the sign.
Oh, because it is cheesy. Like,
no, it's cute.
and
though.
then there's like replicas of the sign all over that. So like Seth, like he was like, you could have just took a picture here. And I was like, fuck you.
No, this is the original. It matters.
Yeah, he was very much not into it, but I was glad I did it. And then what did we do after that? We went to Fremont, and that was weird.
It's a weird place.
Yeah, I won't go back there.
It's like
Well, we went there in like with the thought in mind, like Seb wanted to hit a dispensary.
okay.
So he was like, we'll hit a dispensary and there'll probably be food there. And he wanted to see it, like the lights and all of it. And it ended up being a huge bust because the dispensaries are insane there.
I bet.
Insane. And then like Sev's kind of, he like eats off of the child's menu, you know, like he's real picky. So there wasn't very much like selection. There was only like 3 restaurants there, and one of them was Denny's. And so he was like, he was hangry, so he was like, yeah, let's go to Denny's. And I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, I didn't come all the way to Las Vegas to eat Denny's that I can eat at home.
Right.
Like,
no, you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
I'm not here to pay $50 Denny's.
And also like support local.
yeah, it
why
just
not,
wasn't, I
you
don't know.
know?
I just didn't, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a bust. And then it was weird because there was like a guy there with a full on prostitute and I don't know.
A sex worker?
Yeah. A sex worker. Sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
We should have a sex worker on.
But, huh?
We should have a sex worker on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know sex workers. How are you to get a sex worker?
I come from the casino world, so I know a few. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know that there's like websites and stuff. I just don't know. I'm not in that world.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was weird to see that, and
listen,
and it
they're
smelled
part of
over there.
Yeah.
Like it was just 3 months. I
Yeah.
won't be back there.
Well, you know, you gotta go. You gotta do Fremont Street.
Yeah,
once.
gotta
Yeah.
just see it.
Yeah.
I've lived it. Went there.
You went into the vortex. You came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we went back to the hotel because I was like, there's so many restaurants at our hotel. I don't know why. Why are we going places looking?
No, listen, I feel like if you want to, yes, you can have it all within one stay, one place. But like, yeah, like why not get out and like see what's out there?
Well, here's the thing: is the trams weren't working.
Que la chingada.
Yeah, and so to get around was hard. Everywhere you need a reservation, which was easy actually, because there was one place that I was considering eating. And you could just like do a reservation on your phone and it was like real quick. Like you could pick now if you wanted. But so we ended up just eating at the hotel because I like looked on TikTok to get ideas of places to eat. And a lot of our hotel specifically kept coming up. And so I was like, well, let's go see what it's about.
Okay.
And
That's fair.
Yeah, they have a whole section called Restaurant Row. And it's just like restaurant everywhere. And then they had this one that we went to and we did like the buffet and it was nice. Which is a gamble for me because I'm limited. I'm a limited eater.
What's like your biggest like thing? Is it like, does it have to be gluten-free, vegan?
No.
Or it's just like a little bit of everything?
It's how it's cooked.
Okay. Like in the oils?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't cook with butter or oil at home. I cannot eat butter specifically. For whatever reason, it really messes me up. I can do like fruits and stuff. I don't know. It's just,
Sure. No, I was just curious if you have like main
Well, and that was
things.
what was the thing too, is I was like, I told Seth, like, I'm gonna live on the edge over here, like I'm gonna eat whatever and just see what happens.
Nah, not if it's not worth it. No.
And so, well, because I wanted to eat at a restaurant and stuff, because that is like, so I have an autoimmune disorder that prevents me, like, it gives me a very limited diet. And it prevents me from eating at restaurants for that reason, because it's a big risk. I can get a huge flare and really, like, throw my guts up for a long time. So I was ready to risk it all because I wanted to have that experience.
Of course.
Like, I wanted to be in Vegas and eat fancy food and feel cool, you know?
Well, and food, honestly, like, it matters.
Yes.
It does.
It's such a deprivation to not be able to experience that.
I bet.
And so I was like, I'm doing it. And I got a little bit sick, but it wasn't bad. I didn't throw up, but my stomach hurt for a while. But so we ate and stuff, and then we we walked to a dispensary, because I was like, I bet you if we go like off the strip, like, prices will be decent. And so sure enough, he like looked at websites and they were normal, and I was like, cool. So we took like a 15-minute walk. And I was like, oh, it doesn't sound like nothing. Like, walk this food off.
Not a problem.
But I was so tired because we had been up since like 4 a.m. And so we took our 15-minute walk and we got to the dispensary. It was awesome vibe there. I forget what it's called, otherwise I would shout them out. But it was awesome experience. Seb got his weed. He ate, and then he was like finally happy again. And we were like, woo.
I feel like men get crazy when they're hungry.
He gets so cranky on vacation.
That how really?
I've noticed, like, well, and I understand.
Okay.
Because in previous vacations, he does all the driving. So I understand, like, not really knowing where you're going. And then I think that was kind of like the thing, even in Vegas. Like, neither of us have been there. We don't know what to do. Like,
he was like out of his element.
We were just
stressed.
winging it all. Yeah. And so, but yeah, so he got all his stuff, and then he was a happy camper again. And the walk to the dispensary felt like eternity, but the walk back was fine. And it was cool because we stopped at this mall, and I had been seeing it's called the Colors of Mexico exhibit on TikTok a bunch when I was looking
that looked
at
amazing
things.
on your
story.
stories.
Oh my God, and you didn't even see, like...
No, I know.
There were things that I couldn't record because they were like live action kind of stuff. And so I had seen it on TikTok. I'd seen people talking about it, but I was like, I'm not going to go out of my way looking for this, because I didn't feel like... I didn't know if it was something Sev would be into and stuff. And like, we kind of already had a packed day. And so it was crazy because we went into the mall and that's where it was. And I saw a sign and I was like, hey, that's that exhibit. And I knew it was like a free exhibit. So I was like, let's go see this. So we went over there and it wasn't open just yet. I think it was like 10 minutes till it was going to open. So we stopped at like a gift shop kind of thing, and that was in the mall, because I always like to get, like, I've been collecting snow globes and like Christmas ornaments for every time we travel.
Aww.
And so I got those, and it was so funny because the lady that sold it to me, she was like, here you go, mija. And I was like, oh, I felt so seen, you know. I was like, oh, love you. And then so we went to the Colors of Mexico exhibit, and it's crazy because you have to like sign a waiver on your phone. And I was like, why are we signing a waiver? Like,
it was it because of the lights?
So, yeah, the first room you go into, they're like, okay, have a seat along the wall. And it's just like a wall of mirrors all the way around. And then like the ceiling and the flooring is like reflective also. And there's like these streamers hanging everywhere. And you're like, oh, okay. And so we sat down. So the coolest part about it all is that we were alone. It was just the two of us experiencing the whole exhibit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was very exclusive and cool.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and the guy is like, okay, I'm going to start it, and then when you exit, you go out this other door. And we're like, cool. So we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden it gets like pitch black. And we were like, uh-oh. And then like this music turns on and it's like blaring and it's beautiful Spanish music and it's just instrumental. But it's crazy because then these lights turn on and they're like just from ceiling to floor lights, like just in rows and rows and rows. And so with the mirrors, it looks like you're in outer space and they're like stars. And they start dancing with the music. Aww. And it is like, it was the craziest thing. And it was wild because me and Seb were both sitting there and I was like, I might like freak out. This is like, it's a little bit much. And Seb was like, me too. He's like we were both like, oh, this is why you signed the waiver. And then, but it like after you, if you can like focus on something,
you're okay.
Yeah, like it's not so like where everything's moving and it's like wild and you're like out in the middle of space. Like,
I love that.
And then you go to like a different room and it was the one I posted that was like super colorful.
Yeah.
And then they had some, I don't know, there was just like a bunch of different like really neat rooms and
I'll have to check it out. Hopefully it's open for a good while.
I hope it stays there because if anybody is going to Vegas or lives there, like it is a must see because it really exceeded my expectations. It was like definitely one of the coolest things that we did there. And I'm glad that we just stumbled upon it because I had no intention
of going out of your way for it.
And I regret that because it was amazing. Mija. Stop yawning.
Oh, I know, I'm sorry.
Your mom calls every time we record. Every single time. It's so cute.
I know. Let me tell her.
I was going to say Tuesdays, but it's usually we record on Thursdays. So I was like, she just calls you every day.
We do.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know.
I love that you have that kind of relationship.
You know what? I do too. Honestly, like no bullshit. I'm very.
No, that's why I really want to talk. I've been telling Cassie like I want to talk about nature versus nurture because her and I grew up very differently. She grew up in a home with both parents. And they're still married today, and I had the very opposite. And so, yeah, I would like to share the differences that brings.
Yeah.
Because
this episode or next episode?
No, we'll do it a different
okay,
one.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to be sure.
No, we're talking about Vegas. And so we did that. It was cool. We went home or to the hotel. Went to the hotel and took a nap because
hell yeah.
And it was like only a 30-minute nap, but I was like, I'm fucking tired. Like, and I knew the guy we were going to see didn't go on until 11 and he stays on till 1. And so I was like, I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I want to stay awake. I don't want to be yawning over there, you know?
You're all asleep at the show.
Yeah. And so I was like,
who did you go see?
So we went to go see Anyma.
Okay.
And he is a massive DJ. And he like made history by being the first DJ or EDM artist to play at the Sphere.
Okay.
He originally had dates. It was like the 27th through the 2nd, I think, in December. Like it was like New Year's kind of thing. And Seb really wanted to go. I was like, because of the timing, because it was so close to Christmas, that I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But when the tickets went on sale, we tried to get them. They sold out like immediately. My cousin did get tickets. Her and her boyfriend got tickets for their show that was on the 27th. But like I said, it's 2 days after Christmas. And I was like, no. I don't want to leave my kids, and like I don't know, because they got extra tickets and they offered for us to buy them, but
gotcha.
Yeah, but so it didn't end up working out, and I could tell Seb was really disappointed because when the shows did start, he kept showing me things, and I wasn't a big fan of Anyma, or even I don't listen to a lot of EDM music in general anymore. Like since I've been sober, like that was more music that you vibe out to high. You know what I mean? And now, like, I'm like, I get like kind of anxious when I listen to it. I feel like I'm in like a video game or something and I'm about to be murdered. I don't know. So yeah, I was like, I wasn't like super like pumped on going or like trying really hard. Like, really, it was just to please Sev because I wanted him to be happy. And so he was real disappointed, and then he announced that he was going to do 4 more shows now in February. And so Sev, like, he sent me the links and stuff, like, oh, it's going to go on pre-sale this day.
This is it.
And I was like, okay, like, well, if we can get tickets, if they don't sell out immediately, because in seconds again, like, we'll definitely go. Yeah. And so, we got lucky. We got tickets. We sat. They say that the row 200, like across the board, is like the best seating.
Okay.
So we got section 200. I was so nervous because I've never been there, and I'm like, I hope the seats that we got are good. Like, who's to say, you know? And I kept trying to like look up videos to see like,
but it's so new,
what the view looked like from there. But everybody's just like posting. I don't know. They weren't really telling what section they were in and stuff, you know? So it was a little difficult to find. And I knew that we were off to the side a little bit, but I was like, I hope we're not like too far to the side where we're like by the wall and everything looks weird. You know
right. Like distorted. Yeah. You want like the full vibe.
Yeah. Because the visuals are everything there at the Sphere.
Yeah.
And no, we sat down and our seats were amazing. Sev was really happy, and that made me really happy. I don't think that there's really I can't say that there's not a bad seat there, because I've seen like if you're in the row below the 100 section, they have some seats like I don't know if it's like seat 15 and back or something like that, but they have like a hangover, and so it cuts off the screen. And it's funny because I saw somebody post a video and they were like, all we see is calves, because that's all they can see is the bottom of the screen. So imagine paying, because the tickets aren't cheap. No. So imagine paying all that money and all you're seeing is like legs, like knee down.
No, absolutely not. No.
I know. But yeah, no, ours were really good. It was cool because his setup was like, there's the stage that's already risen, and then his, like, I don't know what to call it. He had like a thing made for him that he stood on that had that had like his
part of the stage.
It was like built up, and so he was like even higher on the stage, which was cool because then he was like kind of in the middle of the screen. He was still lower, but like it looked cooler. But yeah, I don't know, the Sphere was amazing.
It looked amazing.
It's crazy because before we went, I saw it said that I don't remember exactly how many speakers are in the entire thing, but it said that I guess everybody gets like, I think there's 8 speakers per person.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the sound is
immaculate.
Yes, they said that they have the technology, because everybody's like so enamored with the screen, and
it's the sound
system. The sound system is next level. They said that they could make each section be in a different language, and if you like, you wouldn't hear it in the other section.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. But and then so when the first 2 people were on, the sound was awesome. The second person had more visuals than the first girl. And then like Anyma just had constant visuals. And then when he went on, the seats vibrate like to the bass. Oh, so shit. It's like you feel the music in your whole body.
How fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice.
And like the whole Sphere experience was cool too. Like there's no lines like for bathrooms, for drinks, food, merch. There's like
nothing.
Like you're behind maybe 3 people.
Okay.
Because it's so big, and there's so many sections with different like places you can go.
Okay.
That it was just not an issue.
Nice.
So it's cool because you're not having to like miss out.
Yeah.
To go get a drink.
You're not like standing in line for like 45 minutes for 2 drinks.
Yeah. And then we got like merch and we didn't have to wait in line at all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I got a vinyl because I'm a vinyl girl.
Yeah.
But it was funny because, so I got the vinyl and I was like, and Seb was like surprised because obviously, like I said, I wasn't like super into seeing this guy.
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, I honestly think that I left a fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I respect.
Because of the experience.
Yes. Like the experience. And then I did like, because he had been showing me videos, like I do know the music and stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think like to see it in person is just...
You just have like a deeper
you, like,
appreciation.
Yeah. You respect the art so much.
Well, yeah, because you get it, because it's completely immersive. And
Absolutely.
You get it like on the auditory level, on a sensory level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I just felt like I know how many people around the world wished that they could be there in my seat. And so for me to take that for granted...
As like a casual listener.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt like, I don't know.
Undeserving.
Now, like when I was actually there and experiencing it for myself, I was like, okay, I fully understand. Like,
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I feel privileged to be here. Like,
yeah.
I experienced.
What a great time.
Yeah. I experienced
awesome.
something that a lot of people I know wish they did.
Yeah.
And it was super cool.
Dang.
And I'm cool. Just kidding.
You are. No, you really are. The Backstreet Boys, right? Just announced their residency there?
Yes. I heard the tickets are outrageous, though.
That's what I heard.
I know that my aunt and my stepmom are going in May to see Kenny Chesney.
Okay.
And so I'm curious to see how that is because I went in like a rave setting, you know what I mean? I'm curious to see what it's like with live music and if the visuals are different because it was EDM music and it was a visual, like it felt like a movie, like you said, an immersive experience.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're watching somebody actually sing and perform,
it's different.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be.
It has to be different, but
yeah, because I have seen like clips of like the U2 and like John Mayer stuff.
Yeah,
and it's still like it's kind of busy in the background, but it's not. Like Anyma told a story.
Yeah, and it's just a different vibe.
Yeah. So,
well, you'll have to tell us.
Yeah.
Have your mom take video.
I'm excited for them to go because I want to pick their brains after of like what they thought.
Yeah.
Because it's.
I don't know who else is playing there.
I'm sure it's just gonna it's gonna
like
keep
rotate.
Continuing. Like it's only gonna get cooler and cooler.
Yeah.
I was telling Sev, because Anyma in the shows during like the New Year's time, he even at this one I think he had this guy Yeet, which I didn't know who he was, but
I'm not familiar with him.
He's super famous. But during the other shows he had a bunch of guests come on, including the guy from Empire of the Sun.
Oh, okay.
And I would have died if I was there for that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that because he performed there, that's going to make them want to tour there eventually or maybe get like a residency or something there also. Yeah. And I will definitely go to that.
Immediately.
Yes. I've been trying to talk Sev into going to, because they're touring as we speak.
Okay.
They had a show in Hawaii that was February 26th. So it was the day before we went to Vegas. And I was like, oh, I would much rather be in Hawaii than go to Vegas.
Who doesn't want to be in Hawaii?
But it was just like really soon, like when we found out about it, like it was like less than 3 weeks away, like to plan a trip to Hawaii, you know what I mean? So it was a little crazy, but I want to see them so bad.
It's got to be your next show.
And I never knew this until I told my mom that I was going to Vegas, and she was like, "Oh, you know the fountain thing." Like the way she said it, I was like,
"Yeah,
you mean the fountain at the Bellagio?" And she's like, "Yeah, that thing that everybody goes and looks at." And she was like, "Yeah, my dad helped build that, and he would drive there from here like every week to go work on it." Because I don't know if he was like afraid of flying or if it was going to get expensive because he was going to have to go every week and stuff. But he would drive out there and he worked on it like from the like underground up.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I was like, I have to see it.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I know that sounds silly, and I know
No,
like
I don't
everybody.
think it's silly.
Well, it's like a very tourist thing, like.
So?
Yeah.
Not everyone can say that.
But because it was like, I was like, I'm a first timer.
Yeah.
So I
You're like, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I had to go. I had to see it, and I just felt like, I know it sounds so silly, but I just felt like so much pride.
I don't think it's silly at all.
Because I know he didn't do it by himself. You know what I mean?
But not everyone can say that.
Yeah.
Like that they had a hand in it.
Which I think is just like another part that's special about our culture is that we are like, we're the workers.
You're mira, that fountain right there.
Yes.
And I just want you guys to know the fountain that shoots the highest, that's the one that he worked on right there. Yes. He rigged it, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave it a little extra love.
Hey. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was super special to me. And I just think, I don't know. Like I said, that was, I think, what was cool about my Las Vegas trip is I still felt that pride of being brown there.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think anytime that you have an opportunity to connect to your culture.
Yeah. I didn't
Why
love
not?
the prostitution. I didn't love the
Yeah,
sugar
but
babies.
yeah,
there was
but
like
it's
people in
Vegas.
front of us like at the concert and they were like, the girls were like 21. The men were like 65.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
And they're like dancing, holding each other's faces and stuff. And I was like,
it's kind of sad. It's like sick and
it makes
sad.
me so uncomfortable. Like, obviously, I know it's a thing, and like that's their choice. But it's just
gross.
It's different to see it up close and personal, and just be like, this is so weird.
I have a similar story. So there was a VIP player, one of our high rollers. At which casino I'm obviously not gonna say.
No,
but
I know.
But he had a penchant for doing that. Like, you know, he had his favorite sex workers, but you could tell that he liked them to look very, very young because all of and this man, keep in mind, I think he's about his mid 60s right now. But they would always all come in either piggy tails or like the little, like they had to do like little girl hair.
I mean, I guess it's at least they're not under like age.
Yeah, but it's still gross because it's implied. And they would wear like little sailor outfits and they would have like the little backpacks. And so to have that visual.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
why
no
are
one,
men like this?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Because even like we've been watching The White Lotus.
I have not seen the new season, but
we just started it.
Okay.
And like I think it's even like the first episode. Like
okay. Yeah, because it just came out.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son,
Patrick.
I don't remember his name in real life, but in the show he's like very much a horn dog and he's like hitting on all the women.
That's probably how he is in real life.
I'm sure. And so
not that he would struggle,
but like I was telling Sev, like I was like, see what it's like to be a woman, like, and then so his sister, she goes to like this yoga class and there's a guy standing in front of her doing yoga and he like notices her and she's like a teenage girl. Teenage girl, really, she's probably like 35.
Yeah, because we know Hollywood.
Yeah. But and he's like looking at her and he's like bending and like looking at her and she's like and so like I have to tell Seth, like it's crazy how different the male experience is from the female experience.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm always
100%.
like, look, this is how it is to be a woman. And I was like, you've never had that, you've never been somewhere where a woman's just, and he was like, well, technically I was in a band and I kind of did.
His experience
it was
very different.
But I was like, I could go to the gas station right now, and that's my experience today, tomorrow, the next day.
Forever.
I go to Nelson's, and I'm the meat there.
Shout out Nelson's. Shout out to Nelson's.
Yes, if you don't get your meat at Nelson's,
what are you doing?
Buying it like at Walmart?
What are you? Shame on you. Oh. No. Support Nelson's.
Yes. Love them, but
yeah, we do.
You will be treated like a piece of meat. They're like, oh, mija, let me take this to your car for you.
All of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Would you go back?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Vegas,
you're like probably.
I would only go, like I said, to like see somebody cool at the Sphere.
Yeah.
And if I went, I think I would occupy my time with like shows. Like I would love to see like Dita Von Teese and.
Oh yeah.
And like, I know Sev's real into Chris Angel and.
Okay, magic.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like we would do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, probably not.
Vegas has so much though, honestly.
Because I'm like, I don't like to club, drink.
You don't gamble.
I mean gambling, but
yeah,
you
but
can't
you're not
gamble the whole time.
You can. You just need.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I just don't think I have the wallet to go to Vegas.
Who does now?
Because I'm like, I don't want to go into Louis Vuitton and tempt myself, and you know what I mean. And that's all the shopping there. So
if I ever came into like a hefty bonus or like just a lot of money, I would go to
I
Vegas.
Understood why all those sugar babies with their 6-year-old men, because I'm like, oh, this is how Vegas is fun.
Yep. No, it's true. You need money for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's Vegas, but
but
you did it.
I did it.
Yeah.
I've been there. I have officially been to
Off
Vegas.
the list.
Yes.
Where do you want to go next?
Hawaii.
Have you ever been? Me either.
No.
I know.
See, I've been saving it because I know Hawaii's gonna ruin scenery for me.
Yeah, probably. Like you'll be depressed coming back.
I already felt that way. Like even just going to Portland, like it's so beautiful. And then like we were gonna plan a trip to go to Florida for like Disney and all of it, but I was like, this beach is whack. Like
you're all bye.
There's no moss on the trees. What?
No. Unacceptable.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I know it's Hawaii. I know it has to be.
Yeah. I really want to go to do the Jurassic Park stuff. Like I want to do Hawaii, obviously, but like I've been on Hawaii TikTok and I want to do like the helicopter, like that flies through.
Yes.
And I want to do the ATV experience.
Sev's mom and sister did the helicopter.
Oh my God.
And his mom was like terrified in the beginning, but like once she actually did it, she was like, oh my God, I'm so glad we did it. Like I would definitely do it again and again.
Yes. And the ATV
I want to do that. I want to hike.
Uh-huh.
I want to be in the waterfalls.
I
want to see the volcanoes.
Yeah. Everything.
It was funny because my brother went to Seattle at the same time as I went to Vegas. And so my dad's like super afraid of flying. So he was freaking out because we were both going to be on planes. Aww. And then all the planes are crashing.
Yeah.
So he was like really losing his mind a little bit. But it was funny because my brother asked me like what he should do in Seattle. And I was like, oh. I was like, I know you're not going to want to do this. I was like, but the whole reason why I want to go to Washington is because I want to go to Olympic Park. I was like, I don't want to do all the city stuff that everybody wants to do. When I vacation to be out in nature. I don't like doing all the other things.
Yeah. All like the super touristy things.
Yeah, no, I'm a granola girl.
Oh, please.
I am, honestly, like I love hiking and stuff. Like all of that is.
But we have to appreciate it now because God only knows what's going to happen with the national forests and parks.
And my hips and my knees. And
that's right. And I want to go to Hawaii to eat Spam because I know. I am a Spam girly.
Okay, you lost me.
Sorry. I know. People are like, what the hell? But I do.
No, my husband eats potted meat and all the gross stuff.
Listen. Spam is huge over there, and I hear that they do it right. Like the Hawaiian dishes with the Spam. Give me some rice, some Spam, some veg, whatever it may be. That's what I'm going to do when I'm there.
I've never heard anybody say no.
I know.
Said nobody ever. I'm going to Hawaii for Spam.
I said it, and listen.
I want to see the turtles.
That would be cute.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been wonderful chatting.
As always. Thank you for listening.
We'll see you later.
Bye.